Hello everybody. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. Do we keep this? We don't really have a first round play or a second round play. Yeah, what the heck? You only live once. I've got the combo. I've got what I'm trying to do already. I've got Battlefield Butcher and Cemetery Tampering. The idea is to mill my deck, get a whole bunch of cards in the graveyard, and make it cheap to use Battlefield Butcher. Which one do I want to use? I think X spells are bad, so Cold Conscript it is. Not a whole lot of good choices there. They destroyed my combo? Take that. What if they have another one of those? Let's do... let's do Eaten Alive. Anyway, my name is Travis. This is Tpull's... Hello. Why does this keep happening? What in the world? All that... It's only Cemetery Tampering. Where did you go? Okay, today has been weird, let me tell you. It's been weird here in the corner. I keep winning for no reason that I can tell. Let me show you the deck. That's... I mean, we already played the two-card combo, and we won with it, so I guess I'm done. Butcher's Hideaway is the name of the deck. And I did not expect this to do well. Average mana cost is 2.1. There's only 15 creatures. It's regular 24 lands, even though it's so cheap that generally in the old days we would go down to as low as 19 land for average 2.1. I do not do that. I've gotten too tired of getting mana starved. So the full 24 lands, and we have 15 creatures, but there's more sort of because we can bring them back. So here's the idea. 4 copies of Battlefield Butcher from Brothers War. You tap it for 5 mana. Each opponent loses 2 life. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature card in your graveyard. So I want to put a bunch of creatures in my graveyard. And then I want to go to town with the Butcher. So to do that, I have 3 copies of Cemetery Tampering from New Capenna. It's got the Hideaway ability. When it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 5 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, and then later on, you keep milling your cards. Once there's 20 or more cards in your graveyard at the beginning of your upkeep, you can play whatever card it was that you exiled during that first Hideaway 5 choice. Okay? So, the more creatures in the graveyard, then eventually if we get 5 creatures in the graveyard, we can just tap these guys and our opponent loses 2 life each time. What do we have? We have creatures that can go in the graveyard, but when we want them back, we can just bring them back. Clay Revenant from Brothers War. It's a common card. Return Clay Revenant from your graveyard to your hand. It enters the battlefield tapped, though. We have 4 Ashnod's Intervention. This is to save the Battlefield Butchers because they are the stars. So if they try and kill them, if they try and exile them, we just bring them back up into our hand. We have 2 Cold Conscripts. They enter the battlefield tapped as well. They're from Dominaria. Then you can return them, but only if a non-skeleton creature died under your control this turn. So this is a golem, so it counts. We have 4 Persistent Skeletons. These do not count with the Cold Conscripts, but we can bring each one of these from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped if they're in the graveyard. We have 1 Eaten Alive as a removal spell. We have 2 Black Sun's Twilight from Phyrexia to do some removal. We've got 1 Go for the Throat. We've got 1 Razorlash Transmogrant. This is, I only have 1 copy right now from Brothers War. It can't block, but for 6 mana you can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield with a +1 counter on it. And if your opponent has 4 or more non-basic lands, you can bring it back for just 2 black mana. We have Transmogrant's Crown. We love to stick this on the creatures. Whenever the equipped creature dies, you draw a card. Toss around the idea of taking out 1 land and putting a second one of these in, because the Crown hasn't come up yet. Neither has Transmogrant Altar, where you can sacrifice a creature to add a bunch of mana, or sacrifice a creature and create some 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature tokens. Those are all cool things to do. Let's see, we covered the Butcher and the Cemetery Tampering. We've got 4 Debt to the Kamais, which is the most of the rest of my removal, to target exile creatures or enchantments. They get to choose if they have multiples on the battlefield. We've got 1 Hero's Downfall for Planeswalkers and 1 Malicious Malfunction in case we come up against the White Sun's Twilight and a bunch of 1/1 toxic creatures. We've got No One Left Behind to bring a creature back up if they do kill one of our butchers. And we've got the Might Stone and the Weak Stone for either draw a card or give a -5/-5 to a particularly tough bad guy. We've got 4 Draw Spits to keep drawing lands, or drawing cards. And that's it. It's pretty simple. I've won, I think, every one of my playtests, and I did not expect to. I'd be up against an opponent which I felt had the upper hand, and they would scoop. And not as early as that first one either. Like, mid-game. There was 1 green and red that had Graveyard Hate and Oil counters, and I was convinced I was a dead man, and they scooped. So, I do not know why. But this is a very cheap deck. It's cheaper than I usually make them. It's kind of a little swarmish kind of thing. And think of all the 1 and 2 drops I have. My average mana cost is 2.1. And they start me with an X spell, which you don't want to spend for cheap. And technically, I consider this one of my most expensive cards. And then a couple of 3. There's another 3 that I can't afford to spend. Can't afford to cast. Interesting. Okay, the Butcher is on the battlefield. He's kind of unimposing at the beginning. He's only 1/4. He's kind of like a chump blocker, right? Additional land. Do they have? Of course they have it. They get to make good on it. Here, exile. And just make that go away. We will attack for 1 measly point of damage. I missed a land drop. They did not. They had extra land in their hand already. Even though I have the full 24 lands, even though I didn't skim, they're still passing me on lands. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go away. Okay, go ahead and scoop now, buddy. Come on. Everybody else does. Triska Decaphile. The game is on. And a Jewel Thief. Gross. We can equip this for 1 black. So we will. A 3/4. Take that. Look at them just going gangbusters with the land. That's 7 mana. Sky Turtle comes down. Gross. I guess we're just attacking. They take it. Figures. Let's do that. You gonna draw a card? Yeah, you are. It won't help you. You just lost your sky turtle. I get to put that back in my hand, and I get a card draw out of it. And they still managed to have land out of all that. Wow. That's okay. We get some land. We get some land ourselves. Let's go ahead and equip. And attack. And bring down. And move over. A sludge monster. How do we stop that? Oh, never mind. He made me stronger. That's easy then. Where are all my 1 and 2 drops? This is crazy. Okay, I got a persistent skeleton. So we attack with the 4-2. They take the bait. Get to draw a card. It's just a land, but we get rid of that guy. Sludge monster for a 1/1 skeleton. I think that's okay. And let's draw a card. Perfect timing. They get a card that lets them refill their hand. And kill me. Well, kill my creature anyway. I'm losing all my butchers. And where's my removal, too? There we go. Alright. You don't have protection, do you? Yay! Something went right, finally. Is it my imagination or am I flooding out on land? They have ramp spells at least. Ugh, speaking of ramp, how do I handle Besieju? That tree branch is... I definitely need removal, that's for sure. Another fight spell. Wow. Thank you for giving me the card draw. And we keep go for the throat for the tree branch. As they keep getting more and more creatures down. With all of their mana that they can use to draw cards. And what can I do here? Let's go ahead and do this. Ooh. I do like him. Let's see. I've got Battlefield Butcher, so this will work. I can bring one back. Straight to the battlefield. And... attack? Yeah. Yeah, we attack. They take it. And we move this puppy over to somebody who can defend, because the transmogrant cannot block. Okay, they're out of fight spells, right? How many of those do they have? They already ran through 2 prize fights and 2 Master's Rebukes. There comes Ouch. That's gonna hurt me. They've gone through half their deck already. They're beating me on land draw. That's for sure. And I can't really block that, can I? All I can do is get rid of the branch. Nine mana and I tapped it all, and all I'm doing is using up all of my mana. And let that through. Yet more land. And a Hull Breaker Horror. And look at how much extra land they have in 2 spells. Ouch. This is just the pre-made deck too, isn't it? I feel like I have too much land. Everybody has trample, right? So it doesn't really matter. They got me. Well, that's the exact opposite of the way everything's been going. Let's go ahead and just real quick, just for grins and giggles. Remember my 2.1 average mana cost? Four, 5, 6, 10. 10 creatures that cost 1. And Magic loves to give you your 1 mana drops. And those might have come in handy earlier, because we could have resurrected them. And we got nothing of them up front. It's very suspicious. But then I've been winning for reasons I can't understand, so why not lose in that method? Don't give me any of my 1-drops. That's just... sure. Magic's online algorithm is weird. The way it makes decisions after you've won 3 or 4 times in a row. The strangest things happen to you. Okay. My house is bugged. There's a Wizards team on standby whenever I go online. And they are apologizing now. Or they're just guilty because they know I'm onto them. Oh, here's your 1-drops, Mr. Tpull, sir. We're so sorry. We'll make you lose another time. And I missed a land drop, so maybe they'll make me lose that way. 24 lands, I didn't skip on the lands. 2.1 average mana cost. Not even playing ranked. They made me miss a land drop already. This game is disgusting. I mean, look, they have things coming out their butt and everything. Look at that. He did not attack. I don't know why he did not attack. But I do not like that creature, so exile a creature you control. And I will attack with everything. Because I am a mono-black version of a mono-red aggro deck now. 2.1 average mana cost. Oh, he just has an extra of the same one. Okay. You might as well attack. I mean, I'm just going to attack. What are you going to do? Fight spell? Whoop-de-doo. He's a clay revenant I can bring back anytime I want. Wow. Here. Have some more. Whoop. Bam. Back to my hand. And come on down. Come on down! Who even needs the Butcher anymore? Why did I even bother with the Butcher and Cemetery Tampering? It's just crazy. Let's see. They're not going to give me any land, but, you know, the one good thing is my spells are so cheap. I don't really need land. I mean, I've got 1 5-cost right there. But everything else is 1, 2, and 3, right? Here, let's take it easy. We'll bring that back. We'll bring this down. So I'm just not gonna get to play the Battlefield Butcher. I'm just not even gonna get to use the special ability. How hard is it to get down to Human Soldier? They're giving up their land already, trying to dig for answers. Cemetery Tampering! Yay! The X spell. Of course they give me the X spell. Let's go ahead and do another Battlefield Butcher. We'll bring down the Revenant. And... oh, that's... I can win already. He's down to 2 life. Little Ike. Little Ike. We won with 4 lands, people. Technically, we didn't need that 4th land. We won with 3 lands. This is a strange day. But at least I'm getting cards out of it. Ooh, Annex Sentry. Do I have 4 of those? I don't know. We're going to play one more. It would be nice if I could get down my combo. It's going to feel strange to have to go to Sparky for something this simple. I mean, I got 4 copies of 1 card and 3 copies of the second card that make the combo. The rest is all just there for chump blocking and graveyard fodder. And I'm winning with the graveyard fodder. If I knew the game was going to be this easy, I probably would have done this a long time ago. Hopefully this isn't the pre-made deck that just beat me. We already know to be afraid of them, right? Oh, it is them, and they've got the extra land. Of course they do. Magic is playing with me. They knew this deck could beat me because it already beat me, so it needs me to lose again. They make good on Azusa's many journeys at the very beginning, when the ramp helps them the most. And we missed our land drop. Against a deck with Hullbreaker Horror in it. Our average mana cost is 2.1. And they're sticking us with 2. Bug. There's a team of professionals standing by right now. If he has the fight spell right now, this game is so rigged. I'm tapped out. I can't use Ashnod's Intervention. They gave me 3 Ashnod's Intervention and I can't use them. No Master's Rebuke. Of course they have land, right? They're going to get land every turn. Because they got Triskaidekaphile, so they can use the land to draw more cards. I'm not going to be able to play anything else until I get a 4th land, because I need to keep Ashnod's Intervention around. Master's Rebuke, but they use it on the wrong creature. Whew. Alright. Cemetery Tampering. We got the combo down. It just takes a while to come into effect. We need to get 20 cards in my graveyard. That's like, what, 7 more turns with just 1 copy of Cemetery Tampering down? Let's go ahead and use this. And with my luck, they'll put down something that destroys enchantments. Or just something that can out and out beat everything else that I have on the board already. That one didn't even come out last time. They have so many weapons in this deck. Let's get rid of Likeness of the Seeker at least. There's another Cemetery Tampering and the 1 copy of the Altar I had. None of which is cool. They should use this. I can bring back the Transmogrant now. Okay. No fight spells, right? Ashnod's Intervention again. Take that. We got rid of another one. Woo! I feel so much like an underdog. Do this, all the white weenie decks and all the mono red aggro, do they feel this inferior all the time when they're... I've got a mono red deck. I do not feel bad when I go in with my mono red deck. No returning the land, no land there. Have enough for a Hullbreaker Horror now. I need all kinds of help. Titan of Industry. Okay. I can't stop that, can I? I did mention they were going to have something that could destroy enchantments, yeah? Well, otherwise it would have been at the bottom of my deck anyway. Okay, that's got trample. So I need some help. Yeah, okay. It doesn't help me right now. And now I have two 7/7s. We've already established that this deck can beat me. Why would I come up against... How many times do I come up against the same pre-made deck twice in a row within just a couple of battles? That almost never happens. The Sky Turtle. Ridiculous. Was I supposed to pack a... Whatchamacallit? No blocks. Was I supposed to pack a board wipe in here? There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. Okay, so I can run this into battle so I lose it, so I don't lose it to exile. I can make everybody lose -2, so we lose the Mana Dork. I can put down you, and that's it. And they have trample and they can fly over, so gone. Okay, we've established that pre-made can just eat my lunch. Can you give me any other deck to practice against? In all of Online Arena. Any other deck. It's thinking about it. It takes a while. Alright, Cemetery Tampering. We keep it. Okay. You didn't even see my Cemetery Tampering. It's a strange night. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody. Ooh, Anchor to Reality. Alright, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'm telling you, we're going to have to go to Sparky. There's just, I try and I try. And it's not like, I've done this before with decks like Original Art, or sometimes when I've got one specific combination that people won't wait for, like in some of the Tovolar decks. You know, I'll go to Sparky to demonstrate those. But this one really shouldn't be quite so hard. Our opponent is Wolverine Geek, and it looks like the Phyrexian had a steel skeleton, metal skeleton, so that's very much in theme. Okay, maybe we can get lucky and get a Cemetery Tampering. We do have one Battlefield Butcher. These people don't want to be milled by Jace. Play Revenant! Go ahead, kill it! Kill it! Use ossification. Exile it. I don't care. Do something. Wolverine was a man of action. Of course, geeks aren't necessarily known for their actions, so it might be a walking contradiction there with Wolverine Geek. No attacks. If you're going to kill our creatures, we want to get card draw out of it. And all these cards, and they get their cheap spells right away. We did get some 1-mana drops finally. This might almost be like a normal kind of battle. Except if he does want to destroy some kind of artifact, this is what he's going to go after. Oh, come on, it's turn 3. Such riveting content. He killed me. Don't. Oh, it hurts so bad. All right. Equip you. Bring you down. And we wait for the ropes. No, oh, he's going to actually do something. Oh no, Lion Sash? A Lion Sash has Graveyard Hate. It's death to all of my creatures that keep dying that I want to bring back. Arena? Did you do this on purpose? What do we want to do? I feel like we should do this, but this is easier. Let's get rid of the thing that can eliminate my graveyard. And right away they have something that can destroy the artifact I want to keep. Not cool. Okay, so that's malicious malfunction, right? Okay, let's do it. They should be willing to block with Twin Blade Geist at least, right? And just kill everything. We get a card draw out of it at least. Excellent. We finally get a land drop, and now I don't have to worry about Twin Blade Geist coming back as an enchantment. I don't have any way to get rid of Citizen's Crowbar. So my crown is still at risk. Burning Slash. Alright. Battlefield Butcher. With Ashnod's intervention for protection. Not that you would know that. The one thing Wizards won't do, Wizards of the Coast might have a team of more than one person at their headquarters monitoring my battles, but they do not call up my opponent and give them advice or information. They might give them, they might slip them a card that's not even in their deck to play if that's the one that'll beat me, but they won't communicate directly with the other player. Okay, you go ahead and lose the 2 life. I get it back in my hand. And now we know you have removal. It's my turn again already. Sweet. Let's bring some stuff back. Look at how much more land we have than them. We're using it all, too. Alright, we'll bring you down. We'll bring you over. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. When one or more creatures you control die. Yeah, let's bring this down. No attacks. Now I can't really get through with anything. Maybe they'll just attack me. Does he want to sacrifice the crowbar to get rid of one of my artifact creatures? I do not think that would be a good move. Okay. How about you exile a creature you control? That's a marvelous idea. Then I can bring this one down. And then we attack with everybody. And if they have a board wipe, I'm in a little bit of trouble, but not a lot, because I can bring most of them back. Where's my cemetery tampering? I've got 3 copies. Usually when I have this much trouble, I go get some sort of tutor card to help me out. Maybe I should. Again with the roping. You had Elish Norn. Really? Why were you waiting on that? Yeah, she's gonna die anyway, but whatever. Here, lose 2 life. I got to use the Battlefield Butcher's ability! Tonight is a success after all. It's wonderful. You can do whatever you want now. It's okay. I used the Battlefield Butcher's ability once. Whoopity-doo. I would love to get multiple copies of that down and just have some other creatures in my graveyard and have it cheap and... I don't like that even matters anymore. That don't mean nothing. Here. Lose 2. Let me go draw and see what else we can get. And it's a land! Whoop-de-doo! Here, block the Cult Conscript and go down to 1 life point. Seven mana, you should be able to cast pretty much any spell you want. They kind of need to be able to get rid of at least 3 creatures though, right? that can be kind of tough sometimes. It's got to be frustrating to lose to a 1/1 creature. They really just need to get rid of the Battlefield Butcher first, if they have any kind of removal. Or they could just rope me. And that could be everything. It's okay, we used the Butcher twice. Soul Transfer. Return the Lion Sash. What are you gonna do? Exile my Cold Conscript? What's the final card? Do you have like a spell for 1 black mana? Why didn't you at least exile the Butcher? You could have exiled the Butcher with that. I mean, nothing's gonna save you, but it's kind of strange to see one down to 1 life point, 1 land, and 1 card, and they bother roping. Do you scoop before? What if we stop? Oh, see, they scooped before. They had to hit me and then run. What a coward. They wasted all that time just to not even let me have a turn. I was going to win with the Battlefield Butcher. That was going to be awesome. Alright, let me go in and show you the deck one more time. Remember to like and subscribe. Go ahead and share a video. Hopefully kind of share a better video than this. I'm kind of... I've got people scooping on me on turn 1. I've got people scooping on me when I think they're going to win. It's kind of a weird deck for me. It's cheaper than most of the ones I make. I didn't really care about much of the surrounding infrastructure other than Battlefield Butcher and Cemetery Tampering, because that was what was my overriding focus was on. I like the removal spells that I have. The 4 Debt to the Kami made it great to take out basically any enchantment that came my way. I was ready for. The Razorlash Transmogrant is fun when there's somebody that plays with a lot of non-basic lands. And I'm used to playing with Persistent Specimen, actually, so I'm used to the idea of bringing back skeletons from the graveyard. So, yeah, Malicious Malfunction, you just have to be careful that you don't exile your own 1/1s, so that can be tricky sometimes, but these are so cheap, it's so easy to run them into somebody who will put them into the graveyard and then cast the spell. In some cases, you need them to be blocked so that the opponent will lose some creatures to the 2/2. You can get a 3/3 or a 4/4 sometimes against that. And yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the battles of the deck itself. This isn't one that I would normally keep. Maybe there's a better way to configure this to go use the Butcher in the current environment rather than try and just fill up with Cemetery Tampering quickly. I'm not sure. Maybe there's like a draw discard kind of method we could use. Anyway, we'll leave it there. This is Travis from Tpull's Corner signing off. Thanks everybody. Have a good one.